Hello, welcome back to Happy Foot Sad Foot, your LAFC Gateway Drug. It's part 2. Apologies for the break. We are back and live. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. I think we're live. Travis left and just trashed the place as he left. He was like, if I have to go, everyone has to go. And he just leaves destruction in his wake wherever he goes. And that's Travis, I guess. I guess that's just what we have to deal with. A roller coaster match tonight, no less than that on the show. I'll wait for some comments to come in to see if there's actually people here. There are. Okay. Hello, comments. Thank you, Jeff Talk. Spectacular bit. Isaiah, have us out. We're here. We're back. We're not. It's just me. I am so back. It's just me now, okay? It's cool kids only now. Man, I'm glad Travis is gone, huh? That guy sucks. Thank you for sticking with us. There's going to be a lot more to talk about from this match when this live stream is actually over, because there were like 4 matches played in that match. There were like so many things happened. It was insane. Are we back on Instagram too? Yeah. Hey everybody. What's up? Okay. I'm gonna get to some callers. There's still some more callers waiting. And I'm gonna post if you want to join me on the show now, because it's just me. Feel free to call in. I'm gonna post it in the chat. All right. Man, oh man. Well, this is fun. Hey, Daniel, you've been waiting patiently. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, Darren.
Can I hear you?
I can hear you really clear. So God bless Travis. Happy foot beginning of this match. I mean, look, we gave a brilliant effort. Obviously Olivier Giroud with that goal. Me personally, I think the front line we have with Giroud, Bouanga, and Ordaz, I think we should stick with that front 3 for the rest of the season, or like whatever, for the majority of it and wherever we can. Sadfoot, I think there was a lot of like defensive lapses early on, and that really put us in a hole. And if that didn't happen, I think we could have won this match, but it doesn't really matter. I do agree with you guys. That was the most fun game we've had this year. And I haven't really cared if we as long as we won, but I'll be the first to admit that was a fun game to watch tonight.
Yeah. If they play like that the rest of the season, they're certainly going to win a lot more games than they lose, and it's certainly a lot more games than they would win playing how they've played up till now. So I think it's tough to complain.
I'm happy with tonight's result. Look, I don't know what's gonna happen with the season. That was the Dolo announcement was a curveball that was not expected. I don't know what's gonna happen this season or not. I do think with this win and with the roster going forward, I think we're probably gonna have a hot May and probably June, and I think we're gonna go into July 4th on a pretty big winning streak. Win a lot of games in between. I don't know if this team has it to win any trophies this year, because the whole Dolo announcement it's kind of just. I feel this offseason is going to be a weird reboot of the whole roster, because the coach is gone, and then with the transfer window, there's gonna have to be a big change in philosophy. I'm predicting that there will be a coaching announcement by the end of the regular season, and if I'm gonna say something, I think we're gonna end up with a total outsider, knowing that the 26 World Cup is coming up. They have to do something, but I also think if we don't land someone from the outside, I think the most likely MLS choices are Vanni Sartini and Jim Curtin, because they're free agents right now. But other than that, fun night, and random happy foot for Travis. I know he's not here. The Mets won this afternoon. Kodai Senga was up for 6 innings, had a good game. But yes, it was a fun game tonight.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the predictions. We've got a lot of predictions. Let us know in the chat what you agree and disagree with there as we go. Let's get to some more callers while we've got them. People have been waiting. Sebastian, welcome back to the show. Great profile pic. What's happening?
Yo. I was just doing a thread on Twitter all game.
Okay.
I was showing my reactions. Happy Foot. We won.
What's your Twitter handle? Everybody follow Sebastian on Twitter.
I think it's Sebastian LAFC. It's
You
pretty
think?
simple.
You got to know your handle.
I know my handle.
It's Sebastian LAFC. Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost at 50 followers.
Okay, let's get that. Let's get that up.
Also, another Happy Foot. I'm a friend of the Foot. I paid $5 with my own money.
Welcome, thank you.
Not stolen. It's my own personal.
Okay, I mean you
were begging me to stop spending money.
Oh, I see. Yes,
it's my own money coming from my own.
Fantastic.
So, Sad Foot. Dolo got a red.
Yeah.
I don't know how this will go, but I gotta make it quick though, because I gotta go.
Okay.
I need to go sleep. Anything
else before you go?
Travis is a party pooper. Bye.
Okay, sleep well. All right. Let's roll right into the heel of the foot. Jeff Talk, you've been waiting, and I'm sorry I can't keep you waiting longer, but you are the heel. It is WrestleMania weekend. It's only fitting after a game like this to have you on. What do you have to say?
Thanks for having me on as a co-host of the podcast, Aaron. I know that it's got to be tough for you to admit that you need a co-host, but I'm here for you, buddy. So let's
listen. I've genuinely had you on as a co-host before on a pregame. On purpose.
That's true. We weren't totally in on that one yet, though. You know what I mean? We were still finding ourselves. I feel like there's room to grow. Anyways, so let's just let's roll in here.
Jeff, any happy foots or sad foots for you?
I cannot overstate how much I'm not going to do the bit that you guys invented for the podcast. Not going to do it.
All right. Well, I had to try.
I am sad. I wouldn't say it's a sad foot, but I am sad that Travis is not here for me to make the joke that he looks like half Miklo from Blood In, Blood Out and half Buddy Holly at the same time, which I think would be impossible.
Deep pulls there. Technically, that was a sad foot. You just didn't want to call it that, but that's what it was. But keep going.
The categories are made for man. Man's not made for the categories. I think that I
quote?
think that there's like what?
Is it a quote?
What do you mean? It's just a thing people say.
Okay.
What do you?
Yeah, I say it a lot. Yeah,
really, just throwing fucking bricks to me as I'm going here, Jay. I think that blaming the ref for anything at any time, I think you get to do that twice a year, and then it's like a moral sickness. Like I really genuinely believe this. That is a moral sickness within our culture that every game has to be about how the ref's bad or good. Like sometimes the ball bounces your way, sometimes it doesn't. Constantly talking about the refs is like the way of giving your team the out or giving yourself the out of we didn't fail, the refs failed us, right? And sometimes you just got to look those losses in the eye, man. That's part of being a man, is to say sometimes things just don't go your way. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Are people talking about that game being about the refs?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The Portland coach blamed yelling about the refs and kicking out Toronto.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, you could be mad at the refs
the whole
in isolation.
Yeah, it's a sickness. It really is. I'm doing a bit, but I'm not doing a bit. Like,
sure,
you can't always blame the refs. Like, you can't always say it's somebody else's fault. Like, it's like how everybody says, that's capitalism. Sure. I mean, I'm not a big fan of capitalism either, but you can't have everything be capitalism's fault. Sometimes you just,
how big of a fan are you, though? Like, what
I'm
size
just saying,
fan?
man. No, I'm not. let's not. Travis has already admitted to felonies on the podcast. I'm not going to get
that's fair.
The new Red Scare after me. Martinez coming in and scoring that goal is why he is better than our homegrown friend Nathan Ordaz. And I love Nathan Ordaz. Nathan Ordaz is going to be with us for a longer time, but David Martinez is a much, much, much better player. Even that defensive move he made when they were breaking and he was able to get that ball exactly to Bouanga, nothing came of it. But like, that's the kind of stuff that he can do that just Ordaz can't. And again, like we're bound. We have a bounty of wingers, as we always do, right? I would love for Ordaz and Martinez to both play, but I don't think it's going to be Ordaz in that front three if we keep playing Giroud. It's going to be Giroud, Bouanga, and Martinez on the other side because Martinez just has a better touch on the ball. He's better defensively. He's got a better shot. He's takes less loose touches. You know what I mean? I really do think like he's the guy.
I don't disagree with you, honestly. I like I love having Martinez to come off the bench as a spark when Ordaz doesn't have it. And that said, I don't mind Ordaz coming off the bench in the same situation. And Martinez seems right now like maybe the better starter. So it's like, if they're kind of interchangeable, then you start the better guy.
Mhm.
You gotta.
And you start the guy that you're going to sell, because Nathan Ordaz is on a homegrown contract. So that's so much better for our salary cap than David Martinez being a U21 DP or whatever. So he's going to be the guy that stays, and you want to showcase Martinez to sell him for a bunch of money, because he's not going to stay. He's going to Europe. You know what I mean? He's going to be, he might have the best career after playing with us that anybody's ever had. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we've had amazing players play for the team: Carlos Vela, Bale, all these guys, Chiellini. But I do think of our people that we've watched grow up with us, like, he's going to be number one.
I mean, with that said, what I would really like is for him to show that he can play 90 well, which he hasn't yet.
I think that's an injury thing, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I think he's played he's played a lot of minutes pretty well a bunch of times. You know what I mean? I mean, he scored more goals than a lot of other people on the team. You know what I mean? To me, I really feel like it's
pretty low, but yeah.
I know, but it's what I'm saying is that he's a young gentleman. You know what I mean? To me, I feel like it's fitness and health. And again, that health is the skill. Health is a thing that if you're not good at being healthy, it doesn't matter how good you are with the ball. So perhaps that's a thing. But to me, I don't think it's an effort or a skill or a mental thing or at all. I just think it's physical. And he's a little guy. It's a really physical league, so I can understand that.
To be honest, I really like the two of them duking it out the rest of the season. Like they have to stay on their toes. They can't take a game off. Like, he clearly looked like he had the edge over the two tonight, and as long as they're fighting for that spot, that's going to mean something every single game. And I like that just continuing, honestly. Like, let's give them both shots. I think give them both shots to prove that they're the better player. Ordaz did have a string of a couple really solid games and deserved the shot, but yeah, I agree. He looked like the better player after that tonight.
Yep.
And that's what I want to see starting the next match. Yeah.
Yeah. Pivoting from good players to bad players. Did you enjoy our captain Aaron Long getting completely worked, falling over, not touching the ball to get the ball out, and then complaining about it? Because I did not. I found that really really irritating, actually.
Really a rough situation.
Yeah.
I really can't stand when it's like, not only did you blow it, but like you just kind of assume it's a penalty. Not you just assume there's a foul that happened. I guess he assumed it was a foul on him. So he's I guess the play's stopping.
He went shoulder to shoulder with I forget the guy's name, and I can understand how when you get knocked over, you want to keep going and make a contact or whatever. But he gets beat, he fake gets fouled, and then the ball is at his stomach, and he doesn't kick it because he's trying to say, "Oh no, like, I got fouled, we should pull it back." Play through, man. Play past the whistle. Like, this idea 100%. Of, and again, like, you're the captain, man. Like, this is supposed to be our guy. And like, I think two of the reasons why Steve is leaving is that he thinks that Aaron Long is the captain of this team. And I got my complaints about Aaron Long money wise and all that stuff, but like, that's not the. I mean, if that's the captain, that's kind of why we're where we are. You know what I mean? I think he had one pass forward the entire game. You know, he got beat on that goal. Like, I think the defense is poorly organized. I mean, you don't get 3 goals if it's well organized. You know, and all 3 of those goals they earned. That wasn't a fluke, deflection shot or whatever. Like, they got 3 really good honest goals. And so to me, I really tire of hearing about how we're a defensive team and then we give up all these dumb defensive things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, my captain would be Tillman. I think that Tillman's been on the team a long time. He sort of straddles the line between being an American player, being a foreign player. That'd be my guy probably, but also it depends on what the team thinks. So maybe the team does love Aaron Long. It's entirely possible. He's an older guy now, you know. I would say Hollingshead would be another good captain, but I think it's frustrating. And then I would just like to say that, isn't it absolutely insane that Dolo is leaving at the end of the year and not leaving now? Like, I feel like there's not a way to discuss how strange that is and how much that's going to be such a weird season. Like, how are you going to get DPs, man? Like, let's say that we were going to sign whatever the next big guy is, that's going to come out of Europe or whatever. If he can't talk to the coach, how's he going to, why would anybody come? Like, if you have a choice, I mean, right? Like, and you're not just getting sold or whatever, like, you don't know who your boss is. Like, that's the one thing you have when you take a job is you get to pick whether you want to work for this guy or not. And I just find that very, very strange that we're going to let this guy be a dead man walking for that amount of time. Like, I don't understand it. And it speaks poorly to the front office as well, that either he told them and they said, cool, or he strong-armed them and they didn't just say, hey, man, we'll see you later.
I just think there's so many different possibilities for what could actually have happened that it's hard to know what is behind exactly what you're saying. Like, it's not to contest what you're saying, but to say that, like, how could we possibly know why they're in this situation
where the front office comes off well? Like, what's the version of this where the front office isn't dumb? Do you know what
I mean? When they have a plan and they just haven't been public with it yet. And they know who the next guy's going to be.
Here's what I would say.
I'm not saying I think that's what's happening. You just asked me.
Yeah. No. But I would say that if he finishes the year, that will be an absolutely bizarre choice by LAFC to let him finish the year. Like, that will be genuinely very, very strange.
Okay, so why don't you map out? Not that I think this is going how it should have gone, but map out how you think this should have gone. Let's say this situation is he walks into Thornton's office and he's like, I'm done. And he does that with, like, I don't know if you give 2 weeks notice in this situation, but, like, I don't know. I wonder how much notice was actually given.
Sure. Let's say he told me that morning. That's really great. I think you're going to have a really great time in Germany. We're going to have Razov take over the team when we look for a new coach. Like,
okay, you just have an interim.
At least you could say that maybe Razov will get the job. So all of these guys are going to be playing for what they think could be their next coach. All of these guys are now playing for a guy that they know is not going to be the coach next year.
I think it's entirely possible that is the plan, and they just aren't saying that publicly yet. That Razov, the players could know that, and future potential players could know that.
But then why not just let Razov? Why let Steve keep coaching? Just have Razov do it. Don't you want to know if Razov can coach or not now?
I would say in that situation, again, I think we're speculating here more than really is productive, but I think in that scenario, I would prefer what we're doing now, which is
it's called content, Darren. It's called content. How else are we going to get to 2 hours, man? Come on.
I'm not going for 2 hours.
You're absolutely okay. All right, you drop off. I'll take over. I'll do all the calls. Don't worry about it. You just leave it on mute or whatever. I'll do a full Stephen A. Smith 90 minutes from here.
I would prefer because they do work together, like, this is their job, for them to spend the rest of the year building a good transition rather than being like, great, Ante Razov, trial by fire. I don't know. I like this better.
Darren, I see why people like you so much, because you're really seeing the good in these guys in a way that I think is completely insane. But
I'm just not ruling it out. That's all. I'm just not ruling it out.
I would love it. I would love that. Like, I had a guy with my car, and you're like, who knows, man? Like, maybe that guy deserved it. We don't know. Jeff's our friend. Like, that's the level of, like, benefit of the doubt you're giving to these guys, and that's an admirable quality, Darren.
I think you should give people the benefit of the doubt. If they prove otherwise, great. Then they've proven it.
No, I think in sports, I don't want to give anyone the benefit of the doubt ever in any way.
In any sports?
Yeah, no.
How do you enjoy watching sports that way? I don't get it.
Well, if you like watching people get fired and having a bad game like I do, then it's joyful every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, here's what I would say is that in a career that's a luxury career, right? Which sports is. Sports is not a thing where all those guys deserve to get paid, don't get me wrong, but part of them
sports
earning
podcasting,
that money. Yeah, absolutely. Podcasting, another one. That if the guys who are making Chapo Trap House money screw up, I reserve the right to not give them the benefit of the doubt because it's a career that is a luxury career. Whereas my accountant, I give that guy the benefit of the doubt. The butcher, the greengrocers, those guys get the benefit of the doubt. Not athletes, not coaches, especially not front office guys. Okay, this is more of a moral argument, Darren, than a.
I think we're completely speculating and just like. Who knows what the fuck the situation was? Like, it could be anything. He could have been like, there's no notice. He could have, at the beginning of the season, said that he's leaving. Like, we don't know when he told him. We don't know what he told him. We don't know if they have a backup plan, if they have someone ready to go. I just don't think I would feel differently for 5-6 different scenarios, depending on what they were right now.
I
guess you wouldn't, which is fine.
I know. No. Here's what I'll say. I would love to be proved wrong, but I think this is crazy. Like, I think this is genuinely very strange, and I don't understand why anyone involved in it has made the choices that they've made. That if you're done with this team, I don't know why you announce it now. I don't know why you don't just leave at the end of the season. If you know he's leaving, I don't know why you don't immediately replace him with an interim so that you can see if Roscoff can coach or not. No one's moved.
Here's what I think they should have done differently. I understand why the announcement came when it came. I think the announcement came when it came because his family's moving back to Germany so his kids can go to school on time in Germany. And it's like, okay, well, this is going to leak if I don't come out with it. So they were out with it. So part of coming out with the news should have included, and here's what's happening next. And instead it's like, we don't know. I
agree. Also, what a downgrade to go from one of the best cities in the world with perfect weather to whatever like dumb German city they're moving to. Because they're not going to Berlin, man. They're going to some mid-tier, awful, dank
Where are they
city
from? Weren't they in Germany before?
Sure, yeah. Wasn't he playing for some crappy like little club? He wasn't playing for like Bayern Munich. He's not playing.
I guess he was in Las Vegas before, wasn't he?
Right, but when he played in Germany
before. Yeah, I don't know. Did he meet his wife in Germany?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that would be a real coincidence if he was playing. Maybe that's just what he's into. Maybe that's why he started playing in Germany anyways. Because he likes German ladies.
All right, Jeff. Another weird. Any other happy puts or sad puts before you go?
It's not enough. I guess I would like to also.
You
say
can politely say no.
No, I won't do that. I think the third game I said I don't think Dolo's going to make it, and I was right. I think I was the first guy to say I think Dolo's not going to make it through. I
believe you said he's not going to make it till the end of the year, and you're wrong. And this is the earliest you could have possibly been proven wrong.
No, disagree. We're not there yet, man. Because all they've said is he's gonna keep coaching. Like the idea that he's not a dead man walking, I don't know if I buy.
Okay, so then it's still a maybe. Let's keep tracking it. This is interesting.
This is the tease for the rest of the season.
You could be right. You could be wrong. It is not yet clear. Ryan Olsen in the chat says not yet clear. He is right. Thank you for joining us as always.
Then this will be my hot take. He's going. He's leaving.
You're standing by your take is what you're doing.
Yes, and I feel better about it now than I did then. The idea that we would have a coach who's not going to be here next year for sure for the rest of the season.
Oh, was your call that he's not going to be here next year? I thought you were saying he doesn't last the season.
I hedged. I should have said he's not going to last the season. I said he's not going to be here next year is what I said. But
he's not going to be here next year.
Ultimately, who knows what I said? There's not a recording of it. There's certainly not an RSS
There actually
feed.
is. Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
We'll go back and look. We'll go back and look. I would love nothing more than to prove you wrong. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again soon. We'll review the tape and we'll see. We'll go to VAR. We'll see you soon. If anybody has access to the tapes now, show it. Let's see what happens. That is interesting, though. I guess if we're talking about lasting until the end of the season, it does still seem like it's possible he doesn't. But I don't know. Like ultimately, you keep what they've got intact, and they're moving in the right direction. There's still it's not like I don't really understand the takes, and I've seen a lot of people say this. I'm going to say I don't understand people who are saying that the rest of their season is going to fall apart because people have less of an understanding of what it's going to be like the following season. Like the players are playing, it's the same roster. They're playing however they're playing. It's the same coach. The rest of the season is not fucked. Like they can still play however they're going to play this season. I get that it's difficult to not know what's coming next season. And I agree with Jeff that it's difficult when it comes to signing new players. But if anything, this particular roster with this coach this season is going to be more intact than the same roster with some kind of interim coach or broken up in some way. So I don't know. I still have plenty of hope for this season. I have no idea what's coming next season. I hope they find out pretty soon. We've got another caller waiting. Isaiah, welcome to the show.
What's going on?
Thank you for joining us, Isaiah. Any happy foots or sad foots, or were you just watching and you wanted to weigh in on the Dolo talk?
No, that too. No, but I would say happy foot. Obviously, Giroud, good back-to-back games for him. I agree with you guys. It would have been nice to see him go a full 90, see maybe, especially with how scrappy it was. I don't think that was the type of game where you want to see it. I mean, Bobasi coming. I mean, I like that they try to get him minutes off coming off an injury, but in a scrappy game like that, I mean, I think Giroud just being able to poach and find his way probably could have been the best output, keeping him in for the full game.
At this point, I feel like it's like you would think he'd be looking for excuses to give Giroud minutes, and that's kind of what the problem's been all season. Is like, give me an excuse, and you haven't done it yet. And finally, this is like as good an excuse as any to be like, just stay in there. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I want to say next few games for us coming up, pretty not too bad. 1 second. Getting a knock at the door.
Oh, are we gonna have a visitor on the show? I don't know if this has happened before.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead. But yeah, next few games not too bad.
Are you talking about
We
schedule?
got favorable matchups. Yeah, it's
Okay.
schedule in the MLS. So we got St. Louis at home, we got Dynamo at home, and then we get Galaxy next away, or Vancouver.
Oh.
Vancouver away. I think something like that. So not too
Vancouver
bad.
doesn't sound like a great match. Like a great matchup.
Yeah, definitely away, but not too bad. So definitely get locked in there. And then I think we got maybe the Club World Cup game, the playoff game coming up, if that's confirmed yet.
Yeah,
Not
we'll
too sure.
see if that. I feel like we keep seeing tweets that are like, "It's confirmed," and then what's actually confirmed is like
The
still
FIFA president, I think,
on-
talked about it. They're just waiting on to
Yes,
see for sure.
but it's
if
still contingent
Leon is kicked
on
out.
the ruling. Yeah, we still have to like,
so,
and maybe it's just a formality at this point because
yeah.
it does seem like a pretty cut and dry rule that they are in violation of. But yeah, we'll see when it's actually announced. And then Club World Cup is coming up pretty quick, isn't it? Like that would start up
I
pretty
think
quickly. It's June.
Yeah, exactly. Start of June. So they got to get that figured out.
Yeah, that would be a crazy second shot at or an additional shot at hardware. I mean, obviously it's quite a mountain to climb, but it'll be cool to play in it and be able to at least have sort of a
I wonder
cap.
where we would play. Would we play in LA, like at the Rose Bowl?
No idea. Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause I know they have their whole their base stadiums or wherever they have them, but I would not.
They're
even if
hosting
we were
in
the Rose Bowl, I would not.
Miami.
So we'd have
Is
to
there
go to
more
Miami.
than just? I wonder if it's just Miami in America. I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows, speak up.
But yeah, even if we're at the Rose Bowl,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not making it there. That place is a nightmare.
Yeah, Ruben in the chat says SoFi or Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, I
it's
wonder if
SoFi,
it's a
I'm
case
down.
by case. I've still never been to SoFi. I really want to go.
Yeah.
Seems like a good excuse to go.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited. I guess Club World Cup kind of throws a wrench in this, but I was excited to be like, okay, let's at least now just like focus on MLS and start climbing that table. But yeah, I'm a little on the fence. I wonder. I get that Club World Cup feels like an honor of sorts and like a chance to play against teams and punch above our weight in a way that we haven't had the chance to before in our history. At the same time, like I'm pretty exhausted by the idea of having to rotate more and more and like fuck up our MLS. I
Having
think
another
maybe I'd
5-2
rather
game
just
against
play.
Seattle.
Like, can we just have a year where we just like dominate MLS and not worry about anything else? Like that would be nice.
Yeah. Now I want to say that
I don't know.
that game definitely felt like 2019 us. Like
Yeah.
not worrying about defense. Like and at some points I was like, this almost feels like a home game for us. Like just the chances we're gonna have it, even going down a goal. I think it was one of those games where we feel like we're at BMO and it's like we know a goal's coming. Like it just felt like one of those games.
Yeah.
I don't know if it felt like anyone for that, but definitely felt like
It
that for me.
was definitely a roller coaster, and I'll deal with a lot more of those and settle for ties if that's what's coming.
Yeah.
We'll see. Thank you for joining us on the show.
All right. I appreciate
Come
it.
back again soon. All right. I'm looking at my notes from the match because I feel like there's so much that happened that we still haven't talked about. We did talk about hitting the post and the crossbar 10 million times. Bouanga also got 10 million chances on goal. It was clear he was going to score at some point, including, I think, toward the end of the first half, he had a corner kick that the keeper punched out, and it seemed like it was on target. Like, that would have been Olympico. It was like a nice shot on goal from the corner. If anyone can confirm or deny that in the chat, that's what I saw. I don't know, but that was kind of cool. And it was a good save. That keeper, look, last few times we've played Portland, I've been like, I don't get why Crépeau's not starting for them. And that was very well and thoroughly explained to me tonight, why Crépeau does not start for that team. That guy is good. I don't know if he was playing the way he normally plays, but damn, he made some incredible saves. Lloris made some decent saves. I feel like we got lucky more than Lloris made good saves, at least more so than other matches. And we got unlucky too. That was a pretty unlucky goal, the first one at least. I'm looking at other things that I wanted to chat about here. We've of course talked about it. It's just great to see Olivier kind of wake the fuck up. And Bouanga and Olivier had real chemistry tonight. It was exactly what we were hoping would happen day one. It hasn't really happened. They were having fun. You could tell they were having fun. They were putting chances together. They were getting creative. I'm excited to see more of that. I think we're going to see more of that. I feel confident in that. And I think we had a lot more possession than we normally did. And we played well in possession in a way that we've played like, you can count on one hand how many times we've done it. But it seems like when we do it, I feel like I've said this before, but when we do that, that's when we feel like we're at our best. I know Vince has said before that he thinks there was a big turning point last season when we were doing that and playing well, and then got destroyed by Columbus and never looked back. Maybe that's what YOLO ball was for Dolo. He was like, well, now at least I'll play this way because, like, who cares what happens? It is definitely high risk, high reward. I get that. Like, it essentially creates a freeway in the middle of the field for everyone to just get to goal. It was kind of a pickup game in some places, it felt like. As a fan, obviously that's more fun. But yeah, we were passing in ways that showed more chemistry and smarter choices than I feel like I'm used to seeing from this team this season. So I really liked seeing that. I also thought this is the first time I've ever seen LAFC play on turf and have it work to their advantage. Like, it felt like they understood how the turf was going to treat the ball, and they worked it the same way Portland was. I don't remember ever seeing that before. It felt like every time we go play on turf, it's like, well, that's one thing against us. They played really well on turf tonight. So I liked seeing that. I really hope that we play this style moving forward. And not that it was like a huge change. They just executed it in a way that was nice to see, at least on offense. Ironically, we really gave up on transition in a way that I also haven't seen much of from us. Portland was winning on transitions constantly. And it would be pretty ironic if that ends up being our Achilles heel after everything that we've been through, and that being the one thing we've been relying on offense. I don't know what we're going to see. Again, the center backs were tough to watch. It's tough to see Chanot out because you kind of don't know how long that's going to last. I mean, with additional head injuries, like, he could be out a week, he could be out forever, he could be done. So we'll have to keep monitoring that. And if it becomes clear that he's not coming back, we're going to have to figure out some kind of solution there, because what we got right now is, I don't know, kind of tough to watch. Maybe it's just a subjective thing. Maybe it's a preference when we're talking about Aaron Long. I should give him credit. He did genuinely save a goal tonight. It's weird that there were him and Giroud both, like, arguably responsible for goals and saving goals. Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at other notes here. What am I missing? I feel like there's no way to not be missing something. This game was insane. Log says the jerseys still look so bad, not growing on me at all. Yeah, honestly, I think they're getting worse every time I see them. Like, especially, I mean, Portland, I think, have my favorite jerseys in the league. So seeing them up against the Portland jerseys, that's a really tough kit comparison right there. Portland's kits look every bit as nice as I expected, and ours just keep looking like shit. They look like high school kids. I mean, they're just bad. I don't know what to say. I wasn't a fan of the smokescreen kits either, but I'll take them back if that's what it takes. Tony says hashtag collar out. Yeah, collar is the collar and Dolo both halfway out the door. Both dead men walking. The mullet collar, party in the front, business in the back. I guess it's opposite. If a collar is more formal, it should have been a collar only in the back. I wonder what that would look like if the collar was only in the back. Someone draw that up. It seems like that would stay down more. Maybe they should switch to that if they have to like half-ass it somehow. Maybe they should just start wearing the replica jerseys on the field. That'd be fun. Fake Mark Delgado says Giroud's played 2 good games so far back to back. He looks hungrier for more. I do. Excuse me. I do genuinely feel great about where we're at. Maybe great's too much, but I feel good about where we're at right now because of this. Because Giroud keeps taking steps forward, and he honestly, it's also physically, he looks very different. He looks like he's like recovered from some kind of injury or just finally been fit. There was a theory floating around that he's just completely washed, and maybe he wants like one last ditch effort, but he's got it right now. I don't know how long it's going to last, but hopefully we'll see more of that. He's hungry. He's like, he feels like present. He's actually like getting involved and not. We were at a bit of an impasse there where we could have seen him just start to completely check out mentally. So that's not what's happening, and that's good. And Bouanga's in the same position. Like he woke up too. He's less of a question mark. Like he's definitely going to get going, and I'm excited to see that. I loved seeing how well we got him the ball tonight in so many different ways. It wasn't like we ran the same thing over and over again. He was getting long balls. He was getting short passes. I don't know if that's just like they had terrible defense on him all game, but he was getting that ball exactly where we wanted it. He was doing exactly what we wanted him to do with it. It was working. He was passing when he needed to pass. I mean, he had like 1,000 shots on goal. We're going to win a lot of games if we play this way. It was kind of a fluke. It was kind of a fluke that they scored as early as they did. Like, I don't know. We could have so easily won this game, even being down twice. Yeah, Ryan says, yes, it's a competition with all the forwards. The one place where we are deep is forwards. By the way, Under has impressed me less and less as time has gone on. He could still prove himself. He's like unproven himself to me. We got really excited about him the first time he went in. If he wasn't a DP, I'd be a little more excited about him. As a DP, I feel like he's not quite there yet. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We'll talk to Vince on the next pregame to get down into the tactics of what exactly was triggering what feels to me like a lack of transition defense, maybe by the midfield. I think we had trouble. Maybe we're just that's the trade-off, and the way that we played on offense cost us that, and that's just what we have to live with. But there has to be some solution there. The combination of not being able to defend on transition and then the center backs not quite being there when that hole exists to save us. I mean, maybe that's them not being put in the best position, but they still didn't deliver either. Yeah. Ruben says a lot of zone 13 today. I wish I knew what that meant. I don't. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I did learn. Maybe I don't even know what I zone 14 I learned. Zone 14 is that D. I think. Did I even remember that right? I don't trust myself to retain any of that information. I'll go watch the pregame to study up. I don't know the zones. This is not a show you watch if you want to learn about stuff happening in the zones. Maybe. I mean, you get it from Vince. You're not going to get it from me. This is not it. Sam says Dolo literally out, and we get some points. We get a point. I'll take a point on the road, especially if we're playing like that against Portland. That last few seasons I wouldn't have been so excited for a tie against Portland. But hey, they're ahead of us on the table. It's time to start climbing. Let's do it. Another super chat from Ephraim. He says 2 hours of talk. Never, Ephraim. Ugh. All right, I think that's it for me. Very excited about the way we played tonight. Wish I was more excited because we won. We didn't do that. We tied. Next game we should win. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We will see you at the preview. We'll get the rest of the hosts back together. That would be nice. And hey, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and the rest of your weekend. Happy WrestleMania to all of those who celebrate. No other holidays that I'm aware of going on. So enjoy that. I love you. Bye.